Well, and you have some talent. You have some talent on the team. You have a couple of kids who were ranked in their class in the state. And so I guess my next question is how does that correlate when you have underachievers to get them to buy into a new system? Now, for some of these kids who are going to be seniors,
Sure.
this is the fourth system that they've had to buy into. So how do you get that excitement going to keep them wanting to come to practice, to play the next game, because you may come out slow because of that. It all only matters at the end of the season. But but it's going to be a learning curve. How do you get them prepared to want to come and be a part of the team?
Well, one, and that's what you heard me say about loving on the kids a little bit.
Yep.
And I kind of feel, I don't want to say a little odd saying that because different groups and different cultures had to be treated a little bit differently.
Sure.
And this particular group has had multiple leaders over multiple times. So the trust factor is not always there. But I wanted to come in and be positive and upbeat. So it's not about doing something wrong, missing a shot, these kind of. We're preaching effort and energy.
Right.
That's it. We're preaching discipline. That's where we're at. Once they get that down, the offense actually is really easy and simple because you don't need a complicated offense. High school defenses are so bad. The real is if you move the basketball one time, you have about a 20% analytically difference to make a shot.
Right.
If you move it 2 times, wow,
even bigger.
Got the score.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's almost across the board. But when you watch offenses clutter up and, play elementary basketball where you're in one little group and so forth, well, what you start seeing is one player off the dribble, meaning there's analytical things that talk about if you take more than one dribble, your ability to score, or 2 dribbles and that kind of thing. In our system, we don't want to take more than 2 dribbles ever.
So you sound like a stat guy. You sound like you're a data analytics guy.
Sure.
So to bank on something that you and I would both agree with, buddy, is that Coach Pitino came in 89-90 with UK. They were not the most talented team, but they will out hustle you all game long. And I think everybody did. And that's why people were so.
And Richard became famous across the country,
right? And enamored,
coach.
Yeah, and I think that would go a long way because basketball aside, Franklin County is a blue collar town, right? We're the state capital, but we're a blue collar town, and we have a lot of things that are great in this town, but we've struggled as a community in the last 20 years. We're financially behind most of the other surrounding counties. We have 25% of our kids are at the poverty level or below. So it's a little, we have a little bit of a chip on our shoulder.
Sure.
So the idea that you're going to preach effort and finesse is something that I think will ring very exciting to the not just the parents, but the people who are longtime friends and fans of Franklin County sports. So